Do you see everybody? Your ears are in the way, bud. Are you listening to everybody? Oh man, dude. You're funny. Oh, buddy. What is up, guys? Welcome back to another Miata video, and today we are installing the new control arms with new poly bushings in them in the Miata, and we're doing some extra stuff, which is going to be motor mounts and also the sway bar and also the new Endlinks. So we got some work to do this thing, and I cannot wait to have fresh bushings in there. Like I said in the last video, these are the new arms with poly bushings with Zerk fittings, grease fittings in there. This is the upper for the rear, and then this is the lower with the hub on it. And then as you can see, everything is ready to go to pop back in, and we got some fresh centric bolts straight from brand new Mazda ones here. These are the newer ones that came on the NBs that are a lot better than what came on the NAs. So I'm pumped. Let's get these arms installed, and then also let's get the front sway bar installed and possibly some motor mounts. But we got the fronts and also the rear right here. I think what I'm gonna do actually is I'm gonna knock out the rears first, and also we have to put new axles in and stuff too. But the rear should be pretty straightforward. But let's get to installing these things. Right, Ben? You wanna install some arms in there? New axles too? You wanna help Dad? All right. All right, boys, first things first. Let's put the new lower control arm in. See how this goes. Perfect, we're done. That's all we got to do. Just kidding. All right, next thing that I'm thinking about is gonna be the new axle. Look at this thing, brand new, brand spanking new. Now you may ask yourself, have you ever changed an axle? No, I have not. I removed them multiple times, but never replaced them. So pretty stoked to get some fresh axles in here. These things look pretty mint. So let's see if they fit. Let's see if I got the right ones. Do you think I got the right ones, bud? Let's see. Well, that looks like it fits on that end. So let's put the nuts on and stuff, and then we'll get it actually mounted in the hub here. Well, guys, as you guys saw, we were putting and installing the axle into the hub in that last clip right there, and we ran into an issue. So the axles that we ordered, the boots, are supposed to be universal with actually probably the stock OEM suspension setup, but we have coilovers in here, so coilovers are a little bit bigger, and basically the boot was rubbing. So I had a couple options, basically get new axles, get new boots, and I chose to go the easiest route possible, which is option 3, and I tried it, and we took this clip off on the end because the boot was probably all the way down here and it was rubbing against the coilover. You don't want that, obviously. So I took this clip off, got new clips from Napa. I pushed the boot back now, and we seem to be pretty good to go. It's not rubbing, it's enough clearance and everything. So we got everything installed on this side, upper control arm, all the arms, the lower control arm, the new Rtheory Endlinks. We got the new Goodwin Racing bracket on here so I can put the 1/8 caliper on, and we got the new basically axle nut here. So everything is all installed now. Nothing's tightened down, but we're gonna go ahead and install the right side of the car here, the passenger side in the rear, and tighten everything up, and the rear will be completely done. Also, I did have the rotor on there. This is the new basically sport rotor that's gonna pop on there now, and it looks so good. Look at that. It's so much better. It's nice to have a fresh rotor on there as well. And the difference in size, I think The 1.6 rotor is probably like this big, so it's a lot bigger, which is gonna be awesome. With the new poly bushings too, what I've noticed is like these things are pretty tight to get in there, which is essentially what you want, you know? It's always nice to have fresh hardware, honestly. Boom, just like that. We got the lower arm in. So let's do the same thing here. We'll put the coilover in so it sits up now. And that bolt's right here. There we go, look at that. It's all super nice, and this is so nice, like how you can just feel the difference in the bushings. Like how good they're gonna be compared to the crappy, crusty old ones that we had in there. So, put the upper control arm in. We'll put the axle in first, actually, before the upper control arm. And yeah, let's get it done. So again, on this axle, took the axle nut off, but you just wanna put some grease on here. It's just gonna allow for it to, you know, hopefully be easier to take out. Hopefully, again, we won't have to take this out anytime soon, but you know, a little bit of grease, it also will help it like go in better and easier and everything too. So a little grease on the splines, and we'll be good to go. There we go, perfect. Alright guys, so we have 3 more things that we need to do. So, like I was saying, we took that axle clip off, and this is actually a new axle clip for the boot. So we'll put this on, and then we got the brand new Rtheory sway bar end link here. The thing is beautiful. Look at that little Rtheory logo on there. This thing is sick. Take these old crusty ones off. So this is a stock one, and then now you got this brand new pretty Rtheory one right here. And then the last thing that we'll do there is tighten everything up, and we'll be good to go. I forgot, and we got to put the Goodwin Racing bracket on here. So like I said, this bracket will go and mount right here, basically on the factory where the back brake caliper actually mounts to, and this will allow you to space it out to run that NB Sport rotor. So these things are pretty nifty. It's definitely a good upgrade. I'm not sure if it gives you a lot more stopping power, because obviously you're not using the NB2 caliper, sport caliper, but it's just more surface area to dissipate heat, I assume, and just a better overall surface area for braking. So these things are also very nicely made. So. Look at this, dude. It looks so freaking good in there, man. I know it's a little dark, but look at that bad boy. Clean. Well guys, a few days later, we finally got the motor mounts in from AWR, like we were talking about. The car really needs them because we still have the stock motor mounts, and I think the driver's side is actually crumbling and everything. So picked up some of the really nicely made AWR mounts here. I went with the 1.8 ones because I do have a 1.8 swap in my car, so I think it should work. I guess we'll see. But yeah, these things are gonna be so much better. And I went with the highest rating. I think it's 93, 97. Don't quote me on that. It'll be on the screen what I picked. But yeah, guys, these things are so nice. So nicely built, and the powder coat on them is really nice as well. So definitely throw them in there, and I'll definitely throw them down in the description below too. Definitely go check out AWR. They make a lot of quality parts for the Miata scene. And yeah, let's go throw these in, and then we can finally put the front arms in the front of the car and go wrap up the full suspension. Guys, this is the mount that was at question, because if you look at the motor, it was like leaning this way on the driver's side, so I think this motor could be shot, or sorry, not this motor mount. Hopefully the motor's not shot, but this motor mount, I think, is the rubber inside is just disintegrated, which happens really commonly over time with OEM ones. So AWR makes probably some of the best motor mounts that you can get for a BP, and so let's get this thing taken out. There's the bottom plate. The question is, what's gonna be the best way for this to exit the first part? All right, there we go. All right, so actually, this really wasn't that bad. The other mount on the other side actually like was bent right here. So maybe it was the other mount that was bad. Maybe I was incorrect. I think the motor was slanted in there, so. Well guys, as always, my camera died, and I just finished the install. AWR, the motor mounts are so good, so easy to install. I highly recommend them. Like I said, they'll be in the description below for the ones that I got. But yeah, I got the highest durometer. Basically, it's the stiffest bushing that you can actually have. So the car's definitely probably gonna vibrate, but this is a track car, and I still street. So we can always change, like I said, I still street the car, so we can always change that bushing. I'm not too worried about it, but you guys can see it nice in there. Both passenger and driver are in, but these things are crispy. They look so good in there. And like I said, these are the old ones right here. And one other thing, like I was saying, is my motor was actually leaned. So if we look at it now, it's actually completely level, but like here, it was actually slanted like this. And you guys can actually see, like, I don't know if you remember this, I didn't probably show it in video, but this cover, the heat cover, the Fine Miata heat cover right here, was actually leaned up against the valve cover. And then also my turbo was so close to the side of the frame rail right here. So the motor mounts definitely needed to be changed, so that's a huge success. Now we can go ahead, dive into putting the front arms in and also the front sway bar, and get the front wrapped up, and then we can start on the brakes and everything. But guys, these freaking motor mounts are sick, and just another key thing that needed to be done on this car. But the next thing that we need to do here is gonna be installing the sway bar. I think that's gonna definitely be the best option here, is get that sway bar in there before we start putting the arms in. So let's put on these new bushings. These are so nice, man, compared to the old crappy ones that were in there. But like I said, we got the nice Racing Beat front sway bar, the thickest that you could probably go to fit in there. But this is gonna be so nice, and it's gonna pair really well with the stock sway bar in the rear. So we got those new bushing mounts on there now, and like I said, running the Racing Beat. This is probably one of the more common sway bars that a lot of track guys use. I know there's Flying Miata, AWR makes their own stuff too, but just going off what a lot of people run, I chose this guy. So we're gonna pop this bad boy in there, and I think we can actually start doing arms. So also just a little comparison here. Stock versus this bad boy, super thick. And also, like I said, this mount was actually bent on there, which is crazy. So new sway bar, new mounts, and also new end links. So let's get it. All right, well, in she goes here. Honestly, it's so easy to put the sway bar in if you have everything out. So easy. And now we can actually install with our new hardware, the new Rtheory sway bar reinforcement brackets. There's a few companies that actually take this entire thing out, but this will actually just reinforce it as well. So we're choosing to do the blocks. So you're gonna use the new hardware and it'll just go straight through the bottom, and then it'll basically attach itself to the chassis at the top up here. So let's go ahead and start doing that. Well guys, I have not been videoing, but we actually got both front arms in, and we got the sway bar, we got both reinforcement brackets in, and I'm actually working on the tie rod outer end right here. I need to take this off and then screw it on and then pop it back on, but we actually got the passenger side all wrapped up right here. Still have to tighten everything down front and rear, but look at that, Rtheory Endlink. Got the Racing Beat front sway bar in, got the Rtheory reinforcement brackets up in there, you can see, and we got all new upper and lower control arms with bushings in them, so, and also the Zerk fittings, which is huge. ERP extended studs, and we're gonna be doing Bronson hubs on this thing, but that'll be coming after the big brake kit. But guys, this thing is pretty much almost wrapped up here. Gonna finish this side, and that'll be pretty much a wrap. And there we go. We have the outer tie rod on, cast nuts on, tighten this bolt back here, and also the end link on, and we should be good to tighten everything down. Well guys, that is gonna conclude today's video. We got all the arms installed. We got axles, brand new axles. We got front sway bar, Rtheory end links, and also the new AWR motor mounts in there. So we did a lot, but just going through all arms, you can see the Rtheory end links in there. Coming up to the front, both driver and passengers done. You can see the new sway bar in there from Racing Beat. Rtheory end links. We also have the Rtheory reinforcement brackets up there, and we have the new upper and lower control arms with bushings in there, which is huge. Coming around to the passenger side, we got the same thing going on here. Everything's buttoned up over here. Still need to tighten everything down, but we have everything installed, so one step closer. Super awesome, and this thing's gonna ride so freaking good. But guys, I'm gonna wrap it up there. The next video that you guys do see on this car, we are installing the big brake kit. I can't wait. The big brake kit from Super Miata, like I showed you, the AFCO calipers. Thing's gonna be sick, and it's gonna look so good. So I'm super excited. Definitely smash that like button. Comment down below if you have any questions. Like I said, everything will be down in the description below that I installed today. So remember, like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out, guys. I'll see you in the next one.